Digitalization. Today, we will be presenting our concept paper titled The Effect of Digitalization on the Speed of Government Transactions in the Local Government of La Trinidad, Benguet. Let me now present the brief description of our concept paper. The main goal of this study is to find out how digitalization, through online applications, e-payments, and other digital tools, has changed the speed and efficiency of processing business permits. We will also look into challenges faced during implementation and gather the perceptions of both government staff and business owners. By focusing on business permit transactions, our study will highlight whether digitalization really helps in reducing waiting time and improves service delivery. In the end, we hope that the results can guide local government in further improving their systems and making services more convenient and citizen friendly. To better understand the importance of our research, let me share with you the background of the study. Our research focuses on how digitalization affects the speed of business permit applications in La Trinidad, Benguet. Traditionally, this process has been slow and paper-based, often causing delays for both business owners and the LGU. With the introduction of digital platforms such as online applications and e-payments, the government aims to deliver faster and more efficient services. With this, our study seeks to determine the actual effect of digitalization on the speed of business permit applications in La Trinidad.
Good morning, sir. My name is Chris Albert Udanpiog from Section 1, and I am currently enrolled in the Master of Business Administration program. Today, I will be discussing and presenting the statement of the problems, the objectives, and the expected output of our concept paper.
The general problem of this study asks, what is the effect of digitalization on the speed of business permit applications in the local government of La Trinidad? From these, we identified several specific problems, namely, how do business owners perceive the speed of transactions before and after digitalization? What challenges do applicants encounter in using the system? How do LGU staff assess the efficiency of the digitalized process compared to the manual system? What factors such as ICT infrastructure, staff capacity, and user digital literacy influence the speed and efficiency of transactions? And finally, what recommendation can be proposed to improve the digitalization process? Correspondingly, the general objective of this study is to examine the effect of digitalization on the speed of business permit applications in La Trinidad. The specific objectives are to determine business owners' perceptions before and after digitalization, identify the challenges applicants face, assess the views of LGU staff, analyze influencing factors, and propose recommendations for improvements. As for the expected outputs, the study aims to provide an assessment of how digitalization has affected the transaction speed, document the experiences of both business owners and LGU staff, identify key challenges and barriers in the implementation, offer evidence-based recommendations to enhance efficiency and accessibility, and serve as a reference for future research in public administration, e-governance, and service delivery in LGUs. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tarek Channel from Section 1, Batch 16, and currently enrolled in Masters in Management, major in Public Administration. So let me start my discussion on significance of the study. This study is important because it will benefit different groups. First are the LGU of La Trinidad. It will show how well digital services are working. Second are the business owners that considers their experiences, aiming to make permits faster and more convenient. Third are the policymakers. Results will guide digital governance reforms and support laws like RA 11032 and the ARTA. Fourth are the LGU staff that will pinpoint out training systems, issues to improve their work process. And lastly, the academic community. It adds knowledge about LGU digitalization, especially in smaller municipalities like La Trinidad. So for the target groups, there will be three. First are the business owners. Second, the LGU employees in BPLO, Treasury, and IT offices. And lastly, the citizens, the clients who use the digital system. Our resource persons will be the IT officers that will explain technical issues, the treasury officer that will share how payments and collections are changed, the business owners that will give real experiences with the process, and lastly, the DILG representative that will explain how this fits into a national EBPLS form. So for the data sources, for our primary data, there will be surveys, interviews, focus group with business owners and LGU staff. And for the secondary data, LGU records, COA reports, DILG, DICT guidelines, and past studies. Alright, so for the discussion of variables, number one is that digitalization. This is an independent variable. This refers to how much of the business permit process is done online. This will be measured using yes or no questions and system records. Number two is processing speed. This is a dependent variable. This measures how fast permits are completed. Data will come from LGU transaction lags and surveys. Number three is the ICT infrastructure. This is a mediator. This looks at the reliability of the digital system itself. Data will be gathered from IT lags, interviews with the IT officer, and staff surveys. Number four is the staff capacity. This is also a mediator. This focuses on how well LGU staff can handle digital process. Data will come from the HR records and staff surveys. Number five is the user digital literacy. This is a moderator. This considers the skills of applicants in using online tools. The data will be gathered through applicant surveys. Number six is the business characteristics. This is a control variable. This accounts for the type and size of the business applying. We will consider their sector number and employees and years of operation. Data will come from surveys and LGU records. Number seven is the permit type. This is a control variable. This refers to the kind of application filed, whether it is new, renewal, or amendment. Data will be taken from surveys and LGU records. Number 8 is the applicant demographic. This is also a control variable. Finally, we include the applicant's personal background such as age, educational level, and gender. This information will come from surveys. So in summary, the main focus is on digitalization and its effect on processing speed. The mediator will explain how digitalization influences speed. The moderators shows for whom the system works better or worse, and the controls will help make sure the results are accurate. So that's all. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Anthony Pasicolan from Section 1 Batch 16, currently pursuing a Master's in Management major in Public Administration. I'll present the conceptual framework, scopes, delimitations, and limitations of our concept paper. Let me start with the conceptual framework of our study. As shown in this diagram, the digitalization of business permit applications such as online forms, e-payments, and automated tracking is our independent variable because it is what we expect to influence the speed of permit processing. The dependent variable is the processing speed itself, essentially how fast permits are completed. Between these two, we have mediating variables which help explain how digitalization leads to faster processing. In our case, these are ICT infrastructure like reliable systems and stable internet, and staff capacity, which refers to the skills and training of the personnel handling the applications. We also have a moderating variable which is user digital literacy. This affects how much digitalization actually helps. Business owners who are comfortable with technology experience faster processing, while those less skilled may face delays. Finally, we include control variables such as business type, size, years of operation, and the type of permit being applied for. These are considered to isolate the true effect of digitalization without other factors influencing the results. In summary, the framework shows that improving technology alone isn't enough. The speed of permit processing depends on the right combination of technology, skilled staff, infrastructure, and user capability. As for the scopes of the study, we are focusing only on the business permit transactions in La Trinidad, Benguet. We will collect data from both business owners and LGU staff and compare both the pre and post digitalization periods. Regarding the limitations, there are aspects we are not covering. We will not assess the technical architecture or detailed design of digital systems. Impacts on revenue collection, tax compliance, or other government services are also outside the scope. Additionally, because we rely on respondents recalling past experience, some recall bias may be present. And lastly, there are few limitations to consider. Variations in internet connectivity, or system infrastructure may affect the speed of digital transactions during the study. Respondent perceptions may be influenced by expectation or past frustrations. Some manual records may be incomplete, which can limit the accuracy of comparing the pre and post digitalization processing. Temporary system downtimes or service interruptions may also skew results. Overall, as I mentioned earlier, while digitalization can improve processing speed, the actual outcome depends on a combination of technology, skilled staff, infrastructure, and user capability. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. I'm Manny Bahiwag from Trinidad, Benguet, currently taking Masters in Business Administration, Section 3. I will be presenting to you the last part of our concept paper, which consists of methodology, timeline, and conclusions. Let us start with methodology. For methodology, we have design. The design that we will be using will be descriptive, comparative, and mixed methods, or the mixture of quantitative data and qualitative data. So for descriptive comparative, the descriptive aspect will present how permits are processed manually and digitally, while comparative will determine which system is faster. And quantitative and qualitative data approach will allow integration of both the quantitative and qualitative data. Example, if quantitative data are processing time and survey results, and qualitative data are from the results of interviews with the business owners and the LGU staff from the Business Permit and Licensing Office. So our respondents are the business owners who have used both manual and digital systems, and the LGU staff in the Business Permit and Licensing Office. And for the data gathering, we will use surveys, interviews, and document review. Data processing and analysis tools will use descriptive statistics, mean, median, frequency, percentages. This will be summarized using the Microsoft Excel. And comparative statistical tests will be used also to compare the manual versus digital processing times. For ethics, informed consent, and confidentiality of all the gathered information, and voluntary participation is strictly observed. So let us proceed with the timeline. Our timeline is for 6 months. So for the first month, our first activity is the proposal preparation and approval. This can also be done together with this review of related literature. So after that, we will do this instrument development, which consists of designing the questionnaires, the interview guides, and the document review checklist. After this have already been prepared, then we will already start with data collection, data processing, and analysis. And after data collection and processing and analysis have been done, we will proceed with drafting the research paper and then submit it, then revise for any corrections, and finalize, and then submit and present. So it is a total of 6 months. Our conclusion is that digitalization offers clear promise to improve the speed, transparency, and user experience of business permit processing in the LGU. Existing success stories from cities like Valenzuela and Quezon City suggest that such tools can dramatically reduce processing times and increase citizen satisfaction. However, in smaller municipalities like La Trinidad, they will face unique constraints like ICT infrastructure, digital literacy, and staff capacity. So this study hopes to fill a gap by assessing how those dynamics play out in our municipality, producing findings that are both academically valuable and practically useful for improving governance and service delivery. Thank you.